everyone. This is Santosh Chris, the host of The Etiquette Show and the Toronto Business Journal. Slingshot is an advertising film production house founded by Bharadwaj, the director, Naresh Nil, the producer, offering production services in India with their command base in Chennai. At heart, they are a creative bunch with the vision to make the extraordinary come alive. Having done many projects together since the good old college days, their core strength lies in understanding each other's work and sharing a common wavelength of ideas. Their passion to deliver the best is manifested in their work, and their ideas derive their source from the mix of combined experience of more than 20 years in their respective fields and almost 11 years of work together, making happy clients creatively, straight from the heart. They have also worked with some of the biggest movie stars like Kamal Haasan and the legendary MS Dhoni, captain of Indian cricket team and the Chennai Super Kings. They have worked with also some of the biggest brands like Dabur, Nippon Paint, Big Boss, Super Singer, and much more. So, without further ado, here's the interview with Bharadwaj, the director and co-founder of Slingshot. Thank you so much, Bharadwaj, for joining us on the show today. And, we're very excited to learn more about the whole ad agency, like ad films that you make, your whole experiences and everything like that.
Hey, Santosh. How are you, man? Thank you for calling me for this interview. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So, tell us more about yourself to the viewers and, anything, any secrets you may have behind the scenes and all those famous ads that you do on TV.
Yeah, I mean, being in this industry for almost 11, 12 years, one good thing is what we learned is to be patient, wait for things to happen. And I think that keeps continuing even now. So certain things are, you may not be able to, tell how it is going to come, how you're going to make it. But yes, it happens. And time is something that will answer a lot of questions. So that's about it.
I really like your reply. There's a sense of there's a lot of wisdom behind your answer. Like almost like you're looking at it almost like from a spiritual perspective. And so what are the biggest challenges that you faced so far in this industry?
I think the first and foremost challenge is, you are, once you are in university as a student, and when you come out of the university, you have to have a role, right? So you have to have an aim, what you're going to do, and you have to call yourself that. So my aim was to make films. So I have to call myself a filmmaker. So I would become a filmmaker only when I start making films. So back in those days, you didn't have, cameras, in your mobile to do easy shoots like how it is happening now.
Yes,
we used to borrow cameras from our friends, and there used to be this Sony. If I could remember the model name right, it's DC HCR 36E. So that was a camera through which I started learning. That is a very special camera because I took an education loan to buy a camera. So, slowly, after my college, after my university, I started making small films. What do you call back then? Short films. Now it's reels and other things. But small content. With friends. Who are around. Someone who is interested to be part of being in front of the camera. So then, that's how we test. It's you test yourself. Are you good at? Do you have the skill? But mostly it will always be negative. Because you watch films which is made in Hollywood as a reference, but trying to create that back with the camera or available lights that you have is always a challenge. But then sometimes you have to tell yourself, back then, we used to tell ourselves, okay, we have a camera and we are trying to do something, right? So
yes,
it was always, we are using some limited resource to create an art. So
Hmm.
we should never, demean it, right?
That's true.
So, so that's how we started calling ourselves, making films consistently, slowly, moving slowly, like a snail. In the beginning it
Wow.
was like a snail. Then you get emotion, you get feedback from people. If you remember, one of my first initial short film was shot in your house. I think you
Yes,
were
yes, I remember.
there. So I
Good
still
memories.
remember
Yeah,
I was focusing only on the content, and
right.
the main protagonist was, had his leg facing the camera, and his soul was fully, filled with dirt, right? So that's something that I know. So I was only focused at his acting and his dialogue delivery and stuff.
Yeah,
So he uploaded it on YouTube. One of my
yeah.
cousin who lives actually in the US,
Oh.
she replied back saying, it's all good, but why did you make his feet dirty? I mean, that is I was not even expecting. But
Yeah,
then, so that's how it is, right?
yeah,
This is a feedback that you get,
yeah.
from that's a straight feedback. There are a lot of people who say it's very good, wow, but the critical feedback is something that we have to take it in a very positive way and then mold ourselves, right?
Very good point.
Because at the end of the day, without an audience, there is no art, right?
Hmm.
Just like how there is no art without an artist, there is no art without an audience. So we have to
Yes,
respect the audience.
yes. Oh, that's an
So
excellent point. Yes.
so slowly we started, getting feedback which would hurt our, you know, uh, you
Ego.
know,
Yeah.
uh, but and as an artist to grow, and I don't say grow, I'll just say to sustain to be an artist. Like for example, if you would have done a work, you would have done some work like 10 years ago. But are you doing it now or not? Is the
Hmm.
question. So it's not about growth. It's not about popularity. It's about are you consistently doing something. So
Yes.
who does consistently is someone who is okay to get feedback from audience, and he is able to mold his this one. So I think that is a very important quality of any artist. It should be a very important quality, not just artists, even for a cricket player, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I still wonder if there was a uh, story, a Sachin Tendulkar story, right? So
Hmm.
Sachin Tendulkar, was playing, and he used to get out with, a couple of, kind of deliveries, which, for which he was not, although he's a master in practice, right? He believes in practicing.
Yeah.
So although he could practice, but still he was not able to, get a proper answer even from a coach. So one fine day when he was in a hotel in Chennai, and
Oh,
this person who services, the room service, the what do you call a room boy, right? So
yeah.
he gently asked Sachin, could I give you a suggestion?
Mhm.
And Sachin was like perplexed. Who is this guy? He's coming and talking to me and trying to give. But Sachin being Sachin, he was ready to take a feedback from the, sir- the you know
Wow.
the, and Sachin being a celebrity, he's a god of cricket, and here is a boy, he's working for a in a five-star hotel as a room boy, still, he didn't have ego, but to receive the feedback, he just suggested, it's because of your arm guard, right? So he got a
Oh,
guard, and
right,
because of
right.
the arm, it's not customized for his hand, but
Hmm.
it's just made. So I think you have to, it's because of the arm guard, you're not able to play that shot properly, and as
Hmm.
you're not able to play it properly, you're getting out. And that was one feedback which, Sachin, after his retirement also he kept saying, about that one
Wow.
person, you
Wow,
know,
wow, wow.
you
That's
know,
so inspiring.
yes. So I think, I mean, someone like him, in that stage where he's, hit 100 centuries. It's not a easy task. But what the quality that we have to learn here is, how he is okay to receive a feedback,
Feedback.
right? Yes.
Ah.
So I think that is something that, you know, made us who we are at the moment, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell by the quality of your work that you have learned so many lessons along the way. Like you said, in fact, some of the earlier challenges you faced, right, with your limited equipment, may have actually made you stronger in some ways, right? You may have found more creative ways to film something that even if you had like all the kinds of equipment and CGI and stuff that you wouldn't have. Maybe sometimes, let's face it, people are getting a little bit lazy these days with the CGI and stuff. I heard Steven Spielberg in the beginning when he filmed Jaws, right? I believe he had a very limited budget, so he had to completely rethink the way he filmed it. He instead of like showing the shark initially, he just made it. He just shot it in the perspective of the shark. Like he just made the camera move, and it became actually a sensation because we weren't able to see it. It increased our terror within us, right? And then finally, when we do see it towards the end, we're even like the buildup was so great, and like, yeah, like you said, I'm really, really happy to hear that you faced all these challenges. And anybody listening, don't let anything hold you back. Even if you just have a phone on you, and now the technology we have, even if you have just a phone on you, try to film something. If you're really passionate, you can definitely get it done. So, Bharadwaj, so you worked with some really big movie stars, like Kamal Hassan, for example. Like he's been in so many movies, like everybody loves him. So to have somebody that iconic, that really he lives and breathes acting, he's also a director, to get him to do something like to be in your like when you were filming The Big Boss, like how did it feel for you, like a fan, like obviously you're a fan of Kamal Hassan, we all are. So how was it, like how was the emotion within you?
So I mean, it is definitely a big thing, like one to be, when you collaborate with such a big star for the first time,
Yeah.
and it is always, you can call it fluke, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just happened because you can call because you can intimate yourself that it's just a fluke. But we did with him for almost 4 years
Wow.
consistently, and
Wow.
uh, he was out of Big Boss right now. We have
Okay.
shot the big star Vijay Sethupathi.
Mm-hmm.
But I talked to myself before going for any shoot. So I told myself, yes, he is a very big star, and someone who whose film we saw and we grew, right?
Yeah.
And from childhood, the films that he was acting, taught us a lot of things, right? And as an audience, especially when I was 8 or 9 year old, I was not even know I don't even know that that I'll become a filmmaker. So as an
Wow.
audience, someone who we admire, respect, such popular person, right, in the
Yeah.
industry. So all these are, while all these are, the tensions that will revolve around you when you are going to say action and he acts.
Yeah.
So, but I told myself, yes, he is a big star, but at the end of the day, he's going to be there for 8 to 10 hours, in my shooting spot,
Yeah.
and I just see him as an actor. That's it.
That's well said.
Yeah, and I cannot give him any other image because if I start giving him image, if I start taking, redeeming my joy, that is okay, I'm shooting a big star, at that moment, that while working,
Yeah.
that will actually not, make me be focused.
Ah.
So I told he's another actor,
Yeah.
just like,
That's it.
acting, and there is another junior actor who is around him. So
Yeah.
just like him, he's I told the story to myself, so it's easy to direct him. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, once he is in front of the camera, I know he's a protagonist for the story that we are making, and you have to you should not take it to a head that if he's popular,
Yeah.
because when you start doing, it just raises your tension and you know. So that's how I, downplayed the scenario and started working, and it was easy
Yeah.
for me.
Oh,
Well,
good.
for example, today when you call for an interview, it's always difficult to get interviews, right? So sometimes you
Hmm.
speak your heart, and we don't know
Yeah.
whether you are saying it right, wrong. But then and you are such a popular guy in your city, so it's very important for me, to feel comfortable, right?
Mm.
So I'm not looking it as an interview, but I'm just feeling, I'm going to talk to my friend. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it. So then it becomes easier. If I'm going
Yes.
to like think, oh, it's an interview, there's all those things jazzing up, but then it's the masala that you add, and sometimes
Exactly.
that is
Yeah.
so nobody's interested whether you shot with Kamal or not. Yes,
Yeah.
that will be exciting as a profile, but then what did you shoot? After that, this is very important. Okay, show me what did you shoot. If
Uh,
that if that becomes a hit, only then
yeah.
as a director I'll be happy. It's not like, okay, I'll be happy because I shot. For a branding point of view, yes, it is good. But as a filmmaker, it is very important for me to, to make a film which also is, becomes, from my heart, it becomes popular, it becomes some not just popular, it's something that people can enjoy watching it, and the star is part of the film, right? So film
Yes.
scores more to the star who is part of it. So yeah, so I had a bigger responsibility to make a good film than, to tell myself that I'm shooting a big star. So that is the mode of operation.
That's amazing. Like at the end of the day, we are all human, right? And that's also spirituality teaches us that. So it's good that you saw Kamal Hassan as an actor, and you were more focused on the work itself, making the
That's
work as good as possible, rather than let too much hype get carried away with the hype. And then also at the end of the day, you are the director, right, of that in that area. So Hassan or whoever, whatever star Dhoni or all these people have to like listen to you. Like, I mean, of course they can offer their suggestions, but it's your vision that you're trying to do, and that's I find like some movies, unfortunately, they actually flop because there's too much focus on the main star, and there's the old saying that too many cooks spoil the food or something
all.
like that. Yeah, yeah. So one person's vision is very important. Maybe, of course, you can take some suggestions, but at the end of the day, it's what you want to put out there that matters. And whether it's a hit or a flop, it has to be from your heart. And I think that's a very, very important lesson to anybody watching and wants to make their own ad films or make their own short films. Remember, it's the director's vision. The director is the most important person in that film, whatever is being done there. And AI, if you want to go there. First of all, you did mention like nowadays things are already getting a bit too easy. Like the phone cameras or the quality is getting higher and higher, and like almost anybody can just put something on TikTok or YouTube Shorts and it goes viral. Just basic stuff. Like we've never seen, like growing up, I never thought I would see something like a phone camera being this powerful. And actually, they are becoming their own stars. And now I think some YouTube stars are making their own movies because their brand name it's just exploded. Now with AI coming along, this has gone to even more simpler terms. Like basically, you just have to type some things in, and you can create an entire movie from it. Like almost like you can have extras and main actor. You can move the camera. I've dabbled in it myself a little bit, and it's honestly getting harder and harder to tell the difference between AI and live action these days. Let's be honest, like especially elderly people, they can't really distinguish because they're from an even older generation, right? So, any thoughts on where all this is going? Like AI, is it going to be something beneficial for us? Is it going to give more people access to tell their story, even if they don't have maybe the budget or the talent, behind this camera and stuff? What are your thoughts on it? Do you have a positive perspective, or do you have more of a negative? Because I find there's a lot of negative stereotype going on about AI. I'm staying positive myself.
I mean, we did a couple of films recently, using AI. So
Wow.
which means I am also, a person who is who also have, I mean, as an artist, yes, you have to be, you have to, use new tools, right? So it's
Yeah.
basically a new tool.
Yeah.
Just like, I once, you know, when, when you're going in the street, right?
Hmm.
There's always in India, especially, if you don't know the way, you will go ask an auto rickshaw guy or a tea shop guy, how do we go there, right?
Yeah.
So, just imagine, this tea guy is, he has this habit of helping people, telling the directions. Okay, go take left, right, you'll reach this point. And he keeps repeating it because, when you go to a tea shop, which is close to, say, for example, a park, you want to go to the park, because most of them do not know the way to the park. They will end up asking the tea guy,
Yeah.
right? So that tea guy keeps saying this, the way to the park, for almost 20, 25 years, when however the shop, is.
Yeah.
One fine day, he feels nobody's asking him
Ah. Hmm.
because there's a new technology, right?
Google
People got
Maps.
access to, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's feeling bad. I know why the hell is nobody's asking me, and he's feeling sad because he was telling the way for so many people, right?
Right.
But then, here comes, a person who is, kind of unhappy because nobody comes to him. At the
Hmm.
same time, there are so many people who get access to the park so comfortably. They don't have to get confused. How do we go to the park? So it's a win-win kind of situation for the person. At the same time, a tea shop guy, he has to find new ways to,
Hmm.
help people, interact with
And
people.
get business also. I'm sure it affects his
Yeah,
business. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So he has to, yeah. So the same technology he can use to how do we attract people, right?
Hmm.
So it's the tool that is there. It's always been there. You know,
Yeah.
from rubbing stones to matchstick, from
Yeah.
matchstick to lighter. The technology keeps improving. And we cannot say, I'll be using stones to, fire my gas or fire my this one.
Yeah.
So that is not how it works, right? So there are people who have worked so hard to develop a software,
Hmm.
train a machine to so on. So it's not something that so easily we can negate. At the same time, yes, it is affecting the artists, so many people, including me.
Yes.
Yes, for everyone it affects, but uh, we should have this same spirit, of unlearning and relearning certain things, right? So, as an artist, we all should come together and figure out a way,
Hmm.
approach this new technology, right? And if there is no technology, there would have been no book.
True.
If there was no technology from the book, there would not be a stage show, right?
Yes.
If there is no technology from stage show to a cinema, there wouldn't have reached cinema,
Right.
and cinema from a bigger screen to a smaller, iPhone and smaller screen television, and it wouldn't have reached without technology. So, I mean, all these years we were always, cinema is also a technology,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So we should, I mean, a person who's been acting, going to different places in a country, and he's acting
Hmm.
and playing the same role again and again as a stage artist. One
Yeah.
fine day, there is camera, and he's been recorded, and he's not going to different cities, but his recorded footage is going to different cities as cinema.
Right.
This guy is disappointed. Oh, what the hell? I'm not able to go act. I'm losing money, but he
Hmm.
should understand, he should, when he sits calm and he understands, he was playing a same character in different stages, right?
Yes.
Now he has an opportunity to switch characters, right? He can play a new
Ah.
character, a new idea. So that's how, it develops, right? There's so many times we have seen Shakespeare play, keep going on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So, so the same person who played, the central character, would have played till this for 20, 25 years. but
Yeah.
cinema gives an opportunity to, play different characters for different films. So, you should start looking at like that. So
That's a
we
good
all,
point.
I mean, when I was in my college, I used to crib, oh, I don't have a camera. I just have this one, I need it. I don't have technology. But, the people who are in a different university, kind of slightly elite class, had everything, every access, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when the access comes to you, then you have a different narrative. Oh,
True.
what is this? You know?
That's
So I think we have to ourselves, we need to create a balance, how
yes.
to, yeah.
Balance. That's
So
the key word
at
there.
the same time,
Yeah.
all these things would come and go, but audience remains the same, right?
That is true.
To whom are we doing all these things? To audience, right? They are here to, are they accepting or not is very important. Then
Yeah.
us accepting. If an audience says, yeah, what is this? This is not nice. I would like to see only, my favorite hero as a human. I don't
Yeah.
want to see as a 2D character or a 3D character or an
Yeah.
AI character of this one. I don't want to. I'm not attached to it. I find it, very weird. Then if an audience do not accept it, I think the technology will fail, we'll come back to
Mm.
where we were. So I think we have to give it some more time. This technology is still it's a baby technology.
It's in
So I
infancy.
think
Yeah.
we have to,
Yeah.
yes, we have to give it
Yes.
some time to grow. Maybe it works, it may not work, but, still, there is something called prompting, right? You still
Right.
need to prompt to,
Yeah.
reach a point to, so I think still it's under an artist control.
Yeah.
What he creates is very important. But yes, nowadays there is so much of, it's given to everyone, right? So
Yeah.
an audience who is also trying to be an influencer, trying to create content.
Ah.
So who is a real artist is the question.
Yeah.
But to me, all of us, a stage, and everyone is, as an artist, right? So we all come back to that, right? So, maybe I'm a great entertainer, but for someone who is, has two kids, and that for the two kids, his father is the greatest entertainer, right? Or
Mm.
mother is a great.
Perspective is
Yes,
very important.
I can take my film into their screen, and so, but still,
Yeah.
with whom they will connect better is their father or,
Ah. Father, parents, mother
yes.
or father. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, yes, they are also entertaining. They are also artists. They are also entertaining the kids, right? So yeah, so coming back to the question, yes, AI is a baby technology. I think we have to give it some time,
Yeah.
and we should also be open for unlearning and relearning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I really liked your response, and I really love your positive attitude towards AI compared to with a lot of other YouTubers and reviewers out there. Yeah,
I
and
may
also,
be I may be
yeah.
mocked also for my answer, but I
Oh,
don't
no,
know.
no, I think it's a good one because
I'm
also everything will still exist. When first the phone was first invented, everybody thought, oh, there's not going to be any more mail, right? Nobody's going to mail, but still it exists. There's still stage shows. I mean, there's movies and stage shows. So it's only adding. I don't think it's AI subtracting. I don't think AI is going to ever replace like movie theaters or like
Yeah, I
actual movies
mean,
ever.
those days, I mean,
Yeah.
a tailor used to sit and
Yeah.
amend the t-shirt. But
Yeah.
right now, there are a lot of machines. But still, there is something called right now. There's something called handmade
Yeah.
shirts, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's still
That's
selling.
that
Yeah.
is because more costlier than the machine-made
Right. Right.
shirt. So I think the value for making handcrafted films, like so-called,
Yes.
like whatever, will have a better popularity. People will get paid better because this technology of using cameras and recording people will come
Hmm.
back even more stronger, in few years because
I
people
think
may
so.
get bored of this AI technology and all,
Yeah.
right? And yeah. So what is AI doing is just trying to steal, or can call it steal, or you can call it borrowing, or it is trying to, put things in, which has been shot for last 80, 90 years in cinema, right?
Right.
Through, it's a database. It is trying to, uh, you know, uh, uh, it's trying to recreate, and it's all out there shot in a different way, and it's just trying to make it, yeah. changing the looks and putting things on differently. But yes, as an audience, people may get bored and they would also wanted to see the classic films which is shot previously, and all those things will come back. And
I
when
hope
it
so.
comes back, it will be stronger, right? So, I think we have to, give it some time so that, this is a phase of, the time where, we need to give it some more time to understand it better.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bharadwaj. Ad filmmaker, like as an ad filmmaker, you really continue to inspire me and so many millions of people out there with your
Yeah.
very creative approach to ads. And unfortunately, we're just running a bit out of time. And I know you're also in the middle of an ad filming right now. So we would love to have you back on the show whenever we'll schedule something. But for now, any closing thoughts that you want to let our viewers know?
Yeah, I was really happy to, I mean, we used to talk as friends, but now,
Yes. That's why I wanted
this
this
is
so
getting a bit
bad.
formal, but yeah.
Yeah, I love it. You have to record it,
Yeah.
whatever we do. Sometimes you have to record, right? Because so
Yes,
many thoughts
yes.
go in my head, and unfortunately we lose track of them. But something like this is like we're trying to bottle something in that's very precious, and who knows, this could inspire somebody in the future, and they'll become an ad filmmaker, and they'll be talking about this interview. So it's amazing. It's I still think we live in a great time, especially online. Technology is so easy to access for anybody. So no more excuses for people. That's the main. No more excuses for your creativity.
Start
Okay.
creating,
Yeah.
creating,
Start creating with whatever you have now. And
Yes.
yeah, awesome. Namaste, Bharadwaj.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you again. And
Thank you.
yeah, thanks also to the viewers for joining the Etiquette Show. And this will also be uploaded to our other channel, the Toronto Business Journal. And we look forward to seeing you again. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Toronto Business Journal and the Etiquette Show. Today I have a wonderful guest with me. His name is Satish Gunasekaran. He has created a Facebook group all about movies, which has over 867,600 members so far, and a Facebook page with the same name, All About Movies, with 82,000 followers. So almost 1 million followers in total. He is an avid movie fan, and he wants to share with us a few things about movies and TV shows from all around the world, and what he's learned from watching them or inspired by them, and having so many followers, what he's like, the trend that the film industry is going in right now, and what's becoming more and more popular. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Satish Gunasekaran. Thank you so much for joining us today, despite your busy schedule.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for bringing me here. Thank you very much.
No
Hi,
problem.
everyone.
Hi, it's no problem at all. It's my pleasure. And so, Satish, please tell us what inspired you to start this group all about movies.
Should start with like a small story. The story is nothing but I grew up watching movies, watching action movies, English movies. Although I may not understand English when I was young, I still liked it. I still liked the visuals. My father used to take me to all the movies in theaters, especially the action movies. I think the spark started from there. The passion to the craze about the movies started there. And until college days, I was only watching all the action movies, and I'm passionate about only the action movies. And then I happened to meet one friend in my college. I'm not sure if I can reveal the person. He happened to suggest me some other side of the movies. He asked me to check certain movies like Godfather, Martin Scorsese movies.
Okay, classics.
And even some great movies, Satyajit Ray's movies like Padre Panjali.
Wow, greatest.
Once I started watching that, something happened in me, and passion, the craze for the movie ignited. I learned so much more apart from action, and so
Hmm.
much there out there.
Ah.
And that
So,
is when I started to look out all the great movies. I searched online and I buy the movies. I look for all languages movies,
that's
all
good.
the best movies from
Very
all
important.
languages.
That's true.
And sudden craze from 2000, 2007 it started, I guess, 6, 7.
Wow.
I looked out, I searched for it, and that actually that movies my friend suggested what actually inspired me to be passionate and crazy about movies. And later, some part of time, I was not able to find people who was of a same wavelength.
Hmm.
Only limited people available around me.
Hmm.
Yeah, they only watch certain kind of movies. I cannot talk about the movies, world movies,
Ah.
or the one other language movie, whichever I watched.
Hmm.
They wouldn't be able to connect with me. So
Hmm.
then I realized I need to create one. That is when Facebook also was trending.
Hmm.
And Facebook, at the same time, Facebook introduced all about movies. Introduced a group.
Hmm. Yes. Group feature. Yeah.
So I thought we can start a group and add people who are like-minded people and start connect with them and have fun by discussing about movies. My
Wow.
intention is nothing like just to
Ah.
interact with the people,
Yes.
to talk about movies and to learn about movies. That's it. Nothing
That's.
else. My intention. And around 2011, I started the group with a
Hmm.
set of close friends,
Yes.
and gradually, it was
Yes.
spreading. And
Hmm.
after until to the couple of years back, it became a wildfire,
Yeah.
and the reach become massive. But until then,
Yeah.
I slowly waited. I was not waiting for anything actually. I
Hmm.
was just maintaining the group. I keep talking about movies, and people also who were like-minded people will talk out there.
Ah. That's it's
But
so
then
pure, your passion. Your passion is so pure. Just about movies, you wanted to share your love
uh,
with everyone,
I
and they also joined in the love, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ah.
I wasn't expecting anything much. Just a
Ah.
interaction with like-minded people to discuss. And
That's
Facebook gave us an excellent opportunity introducing this group.
that's
Now it's going somewhere.
yeah. I like it. It looks like you're going to get more than a million followers in both your Facebook page and your group combined, which is amazing. And so you told me that you first started with just watching commercial movies, right? Just action movies, whatever's popular, you're just watching. Then you started to get into world movies, like more classics, right? So what do you
Yes.
think is the big difference between, say, like The Godfather and something like that's more commercial that everybody watches, like something that's what makes a movie last like decades and decades? People still talk about it so much.
See, commercial movies
Hmm.
are just made to make money.
Hmm.
Just to make money. It's a pure business.
Hmm.
Their ultimate aim is only two. One is to entertain people. If it
Hmm.
is entertained, in return they can make more money.
Hmm.
That's commercial movie.
Hmm.
Whereas The Godfather, other classic movies,
Hmm.
it's director's vision.
Hmm.
It's purely director's vision. He doesn't want to please anyone.
Hmm.
His intention is not to please the audience.
Right.
His intention is to bring his vision into the on screen.
Hmm.
That's all. So there is a class in it
Hmm.
because he makes sense. He writes whatever he feels right, whatever the character requires,
Hmm.
whatever the story flows.
Hmm.
That is what it will be. It had been written, and that
Hmm.
is what they made it and showed in the screen.
Hmm.
So that's a huge difference between classic movies and commercial movies.
Hmm.
Classic movies, you can see the director's vision.
Yes. And that makes all the difference. And also, they are taking a big risk sometimes, right? Like, because I've noticed some movies, they're not a hit. When they're released, they're not a big hit. But then later, people like think that it's
It will
amazing.
become a cult classic.
Cult classic. Like, I think Shawshank Redemption, which is currently #1 on IMDb right now. It was actually not a huge hit when it was released, but now like everybody watches it and praises it, right? It's so you never know if you're a filmmaker or if your
Another
dream is it's
like
important. Yeah.
yeah, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Like Shawshank Redemption. There's one more movie, a
Yeah.
classic example, Harrison Ford's Blade Runner.
Oh, Blade Runner. Okay. Yeah. That was Yeah, well, I didn't know it wasn't a hit when it released, huh?
Yeah.
It,
So
yeah.
Blade Runner is one classic example.
Mm-hmm.
Upon on its time of its release, it was it's not a commercial hit, it's a failure.
Wow.
But over the due course of time, it gained more attention, and it has a cult following, and it's widely respected by many audiences now, and they want to watch it now. It has a popularity, but at the time of its release, it's a failure.
So there must be also the opposite on that spectrum, right? Like some movies are commercially hit, but now nobody cares about that movie. Do you know of any other movies like that?
I know, but which I actually don't agree. For example, Titanic is one of the good movies.
Oh,
Great
I like
movies.
it actually.
But I don't know, on the social media, in my group also, everybody, I mean, they diss about it.
Yeah,
They say it's not a great movie. I don't know why.
it's
So I think that movie falls under this category. What do you say?
it's interesting.
Upon its release, a blockbuster, but later people are saying it's overrated.
I think it's maybe people think it's like it's overhyped as well, so maybe they got irritated by it. Like it's everywhere, right? That song is so popular. I remember in India, growing up in India, like even those who don't speak English normally knew that song and they were singing that song. It became such a huge phenomenon, and
It's not just India actually.
yeah,
All
around
over
the world.
world,
Yeah,
wherever even non-English speaking countries,
yes.
Titanic went through and become a blockbuster. It connected with the audience. It's a huge, sensational hit.
Oh yeah. I think Titanic is like a movie that's both a commercial and an artistic film. I think some of those movies, they have both elements. So I think definitely it just appeals to everyone, you know. And I still think it's a great, even critics now will say it is a great movie, right? Like, I think so. I don't know what
I agree. I love Titanic.
Oh yeah, I can watch it anytime. I would love to watch it anytime. So you moderate the group with so many members, right? And they're constantly posting all kinds of stuff, good stuff, bad stuff, all kinds of things. So what do you notice in the trend what kind of movies do people like the most from what you've seen? Like any movies that repeat that people often like to post often, or like also what genre is the most popular? Is it like adventure genre or horror films? What is trending right now in your group? What do you feel?
We cannot fall on one specific category because I have a wider set of audiences. So the discussion mostly about not restricted to one specific genre, but whatever the movie is popular on that time. If any new movie, that is what will be mostly talked. Currently, if you see, Sinners is mostly talked in the group.
Sinners, huh? That's interesting.
Ryan Coogler's. It's Sinner is a blockbuster in US, I guess.
Okay.
And it's mostly talked about. Currently, that's mostly discussed in our group.
Okay, we'll definitely check it out. Also, I just wanted to let the viewers know that I'm also one of the admins, and I don't do as much work as Satish, but when I'm like, approving and or disapproving or whatever, I do see one movie pop up a lot. It's Taxi by Martin Scorsese. Have you noticed that there's a lot of people that still post that movie? Like maybe they feel they connect with that character a lot. Like it's timeless.
Taxi Driver is the most talked.
Oh yeah.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Godfather.
Of course. Yeah.
And the Goodfellas.
Oh yeah. Of course. Those are.
The Martin.
One question I wanted to ask, like, did you notice there's a trend, like all the best movies, say for example, The Godfather or Goodfellas, and also best TV shows like Breaking Bad or The Sopranos, they all seem to center around a bad guy, or like an evil guy. Is there any connection? Do we feel like connected more to those kind of characters, or do you think there's a reason for that? Like those kind of movies seem to do, even in Tamil, if you look at Nayakan, even now, like it's so popular and famous. And that character, it's. Do you think there's any connection there? Like,
it is
anti-heroes.
First, yeah. It's an interesting question, but important question as well. The thing is, bad people we don't get to see in real life very often.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And something that makes people intriguing when it comes to on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when it is actually a real life story of some bad person,
Mm-hmm.
it will be a compelling for the audience,
Mm-hmm.
and it explores the dark nature of the human, the other
Mm-hmm.
side. So it gives a new glimpse, new perspective of human nature to the
Mm-hmm.
audience, which
Mm-hmm.
we are not used to. We don't get to see in our day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that is one aspect, portraying bad person or for making a movies about psychopaths or serial killer.
Yeah.
It's trending recently and becoming a big hit as well.
Mm-hmm.
We love to see it, although we don't want to be like that.
No.
We love to
Me-
see it
Yeah.
because it's unnatural and
Mm-hmm.
intriguing, and
Mm-hmm.
it also helps us to see the other side of human nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's my view. It
Interesting.
may not be true, just my
Okay.
view. That's it.
No, it's a very good. I really like your take on that, and it's a very good point. It's just it seems more exciting and unique. Like you don't normally see those kind of people, but they're very larger than life personalities. I just hope the youth or anybody watching don't get inspired by these guys, and in fact, they should be inspired the other way. They should be like, okay, I don't want to become like that. Especially Breaking Bad is a really good one because he starts out so like good. Like, he's a good guy, he's a chemistry teacher, he's respected, loved by the family, but then he goes on this journey that just makes him worse and worse and worse, and by the end he becomes the worst. Nobody can support him towards the end. It's almost like a chemical reaction going on. Great show. I'm watching it right now, and it's
I think
Sopranos is also great. Yeah.
you mentioned Breaking Bad quite often in this during
That's
this call.
I guess I'm in that universe right now. Me, whenever I watch a show or a movie, I just get into that world a bit,
It's an
whatever it is.
exceptional show, and I think apart from Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad is one of the most popular all over the world,
Oh,
not
yeah.
just
Yeah.
English-speaking countries.
True.
Out of English-speaking countries as well, it's a very, very popular.
And it ended so
And
well. Game of Thrones, I think, last season was not so good, but Breaking Bad was like throughout, from beginning to end, it was just top notch. That's very rare in a show, or even in a movie. Yeah.
Sopranos as well.
Oh, that's my
One of my
favorite.
favorites.
That
It's like
opening theme.
life.
Yeah.
It's not like a story. It's not
Ah.
like a movie.
Yes.
It's like you are going through and seeing a real life
It's a
of a
documentary.
mafia.
Oh, yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
like a documentary
Yes,
with so much realism,
that's
like a
true.
Godfather of TV series.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly
I
what
would
was.
definitely say it's a Godfather of a TV series.
Yes. Originally, they wanted to make it into a movie. I think the director wanted to into a movie, but then they decided to make it a show, which is much better. Much better idea. So anyway, so we're talking a lot about Hollywood movies, right? Let's go to more like Bollywood, Kollywood, or just any other world movies. Do you see any differences between, say, for example, Hollywood and Bollywood and Kollywood? What do you think is the major difference that you see between different movie industries?
Cultural difference.
Mm-hmm.
Cultural difference. That's it.
Okay.
The culture, way of life, everything is different.
Okay.
So you cannot make a movie which is being made in Hollywood here. It may not work well in India.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot make a movie how we make in India in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It will not work out there. So
True.
there is no problem. Just a difference is a cultural difference. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And language.
True. And I know in Tamil movies or like Hindi. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And Hollywood, the another difference is
Mm-hmm.
they have a budget.
Yeah.
The allocation, the budget for the movies is very huge.
Yeah.
Whereas, because audience is very wider in Hollywood.
True.
So no matter how much ever they invest, they can get it back.
Yeah.
But here, the story is different. It's
Mhm.
restricted because the audience is not wider.
Mm-hmm.
And especially language, if regional movies, again, the audience is restricted.
True.
When we make a regional movie, only that set of language people only will watch the movies.
Yes.
So the budget constraint is there. So
Yeah.
they cannot make, although they have a vision, story, everything, all the talents in place,
Yeah.
but they are because of budget restrict, they cannot make such big movies as Hollywood makes.
True.
It's not lack of talent, but it's lack of budget.
Interesting. Currently, I think Hollywood is going through some. I don't think the
Serious
movies
deductive.
are. Yeah, what's that? It's declining, I
Serious
think, a
deductive.
little bit. It's like they're making so many remakes, like especially Disney is like just doing all kinds of live remakes, and then they're
Hollywood,
making a movie about
yeah,
Minecraft, and it's it's
as we
becoming a bit silly.
discussed, as I mentioned earlier,
Yeah,
they are more focused on business
money.
now.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah,
Business.
yeah,
They're seeing it as a business,
yeah,
and only a handful of filmmakers are there for making
yeah.
good movies to cater their vision. Okay.
Yes,
But
yes.
otherwise, it's just about Hollywood, entire Hollywood production. They are
Yeah,
focusing only on business. They are. It appears like they're no more interested in making they're no more interested in investing in Martin Scorsese's movies or such directors' movies.
I know.
They are only, and even audience views also aligned with their vision.
Mm-hmm.
Even audience also supporting like Marvel and DC movies.
Yeah,
They are
yeah, yeah. You had a
craving
good
for
word
it.
for it. I remember you said in when we had a WhatsApp conversation, you said it's Hollywood has been marvelized or something.
Hollywood is
So
marvelized.
yeah,
Yes,
that's unfortunate,
that
huh?
is the one
Yeah.
making huge returns for the production companies,
Right.
not the
Yeah.
other movies.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Okay.
for some reason, and Sinners doing reasonably well.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
critics
glad.
agreeing,
I'm glad.
audience as well agreeing. But a story-oriented movie should come a
Yes.
lot. But
Yes.
Hollywood recently failing, and it's visibly it is very much apparent.
Yes. Yes.
It is noticeable.
But what's interesting is the Hollywood TV shows are doing well, though. Like, I mean, the TV shows are getting better. I find like have really drastically improved. But then, like you said, the Hollywood movies seem to be more commercial minded. So that's also an
So
interesting
most of
take.
us are couch potatoes.
Yeah, we're watching Netflix at home. That's why the TV is getting more, shows are getting more popular. Yeah, that's a good point too. Other than Tom Cruise movies, I don't think Tom Cruise is the one still like doing all the actions himself, and it's really worth going and watching. I saw the latest Mission Impossible movie, and I think that if people put that much level of dedication, they will go back to the theaters and actually watch it instead of just being couch potatoes at home.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time. அப்புறம் வேற ஏதாவது any other topics da?
Just 1 second. Cut this, sir.
Huh?
Call from office.
Oh, okay, cut it. I'll
Yeah,
stop.
go ahead.
Stop recording?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anything else you want to talk about, Satish? Like, what are your future ambitions for All About Movies and TV shows? Are you planning to do any more interviews or podcasts or things like that? Just talking about
Yeah.
movies?
The one thing I didn't step in yet is videos, making videos
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
making reels. The reels are something I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like reels?
Yeah, it's like a fast food.
Yeah.
But videos, I want to make more videos, and
Okay.
I want to start podcasts like what we're doing. We should
Yes.
start a podcast and start discussing about movies,
Yes,
and we
yes.
should bring in a lot of other people, different country peoples. Like
Yeah.
especially, I'm thinking about Southeast Asia,
Yes,
region where it's not explored much. I feel
that's true.
Thailand, Taiwan, China, Chinese, Korea, Japanese are already popular, but other Southeast regional movies, no?
Yeah.
Indonesian, Malaysian movies.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every country has its
Yeah.
own movie industry,
Yeah.
right? And
We
whenever
should start talking.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good to learn about other people's culture, like you said, through a movie, right? I think it's one of the best ways to learn about other people's culture. So definitely, it's very important to promote not just Hollywood or Bollywood, but all kinds of movies from other countries. So that's a really good idea. And Anything else you want to share with the audience?
Oh, join my group. Let's
Yes,
start discussing book.
yes, that's a good idea. We want to reach more
See,
than 1 million soon.
there are millions of movies out there. Okay,
Yeah,
not everybody could have watched all the movies.
yeah,
There is no chance.
no
You
chance.
only get to watch the movie you choose or whichever it's popular. Okay.
Yeah,
So this group is catering those people to understand and come to know what are the other movies out there which he missed, which he never came to know in our lives.
okay.
Yeah. So I want everyone to join and start highlighting, pointing out good movies
Yes,
there. Unspoke, that's something not talked about. The movies not talked about, underrated, overlooked, and many movies are there. Other languages miss. Everything should be
yes,
talked. So join the group and let's start discussing and create a community
yeah,
and inspire others as well. Yeah.
that's very good.
So
And
the point
yeah,
is, the upcoming generation wouldn't be knowing many good movies.
yeah.
Okay, we are all moralized actually.
Mm.
So this group should help others, next generation, to look into great movies which we had in the past.
Yes, yes, keep the legacy going and inspire maybe future filmmakers as well, that want to take a risk, but maybe they're shy about their talent. So let them also be inspired. So thank you so much, Satish, for joining us today on our little interview here for the Toronto Business Journal and the Etiquette Show. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, go to Facebook right now and follow both the All About Movies page and the group. It's very important that both of them have to grow together. And I think the page is more focused on what we post. Like me and Satish, we post our own like reviews and we like to feature movies there. Whereas the group is like open to the public. So if you have a favorite movie or if you want to just see some movie suggestions, be sure to follow the group as well. And thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.